Aloha interwebs. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for tuning in. Today is Friday, and we are going to go see The Dark Knight Rises. And yes, it's still pretty brand new what happened in Aurora. We're going to check it out. We are planning on having fun, and hopefully that's how this all goes down. Been waiting for this one for a while, so looking forward to seeing it. I'm sure we're gonna have a line to wait in. Wonder how long the line is actually going to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
like
don't know.
people are gonna show up. Or,
Parking lot's kind of empty.
yeah. Let's see how this goes. All right, interwebs. The Dark Knight Rises, Batman Part 3, basically. Let's get it on.
So large and leave so little for the rest of us.
We just got back to the house from watching The Dark Knight Rises. I went into it kind of biased. There was almost no way I wasn't going to like a Batman story. But there were just so many elements about it that I liked. I'm not going to get into it right now. There's a lot of things. It's still fresh in my head, but I want to think about things before I talk about them. I might actually even go see it again, if that gives you any indication of how this review is going to go. I actually might go see it again on Sunday, and then do my wrap-up on Sunday. I think I need to let some things settle in my brain before I talk about them. But let's just say awesome for now.
Let the awesomeness settle in.
Yes, we have to let the awesomeness settle in.
Let the awesomeness, yes.
And then we'll discuss, you and I, interwebs. We'll have a conversation. So, yeah, let's talk later.
You think this can last?
From Gotham's reckoning.
There's a storm coming.
Do you think he's coming back? I don't know.
I need you to get me back in the game.
Let the games begin.
Rises. Rated PG-13. Experience it in IMAX July 20th.
Alright guys, so The Dark Knight Rises. I gotta tell you right off the bat, I totally love this movie. I was cheering throughout the whole thing. There was a lot of things that I knew they were going to go a certain way, and there were still surprises for me. I actually did a lot of research and did a lot of digging when it came to like the plot lines and storylines of this movie before I spoiled it for myself before I went, because I wanted to know more information. And even discovering the things that I had that didn't show up in like previews and your regular kind of interviews and things like that, there were still twists for me, surprises. I'm not going to get too much into spoilers per se, because I really want you guys to go out and watch this for yourself. When it comes to one of the things that surprised me the most about this movie, as far as the casting and the acting went, two big things, two pretty big surprises, and they're both good. But Anne Hathaway as Catwoman, I had a lot of reservations about her playing this character, if it could be convincing. I think she pulled it off fantastic. She did a really good job. She had a very honest portrayal, but at the same time there was like a switch she could flip, and she was that cunning kind of sexy total criminal mindset. I was very surprised that she was that good in this movie, in that character. The other big surprise as far as the acting was concerned was Tom Hardy as Bane. Being able to kind of pull through a performance through a mask that covers, 95% of your face, and dealing with just eyes and body language, that's hard. That's hard enough as it is, but being that he's the main villain throughout the majority of the movie, he's going to be in it a lot, and I didn't find that it was hard to follow what he was saying, or follow what his emotion was pointing to at any particular time. He did a really great job acting in this role, and that was a happy surprise, because I didn't know how it was going to be, how he was going to be able to pull it off when it all came down to it. So that was enjoyable. Everybody else in the movie, you know, they had consistent performances to the two films, and they're all great actors. You know, Gary Oldman and Morgan Freeman and Christian Bale. They're all going to step up their game for the last one, and I thought they all brought good, consistent performances, just like they had in the previous two films. But you know, Michael Caine is an outstanding Alfred, and he's a very honest portrayal. Very real, down to earth, and yet pulls across all the finer points of his character that I enjoy from like the comic books. So Michael Caine's awesome in this movie. He almost made me cry. The movie is long; it's 2 hours and 45 minutes long. But I've said this in previous reviews, if you're a fan of the storyline, if you're a fan of the comic books, and you're a fan of the movies, that it passes so fast. It was coming up on the end of the movie, and I thought it was the second half. I was like, I'm ready for more. So it goes by pretty quick. If you're not a huge fan of it, it may seem like it drags on, but I didn't even notice. That's the fastest 3 hours that I've ever sat through. It was pretty exciting from beginning to end. It's well acted. It's well directed. As a fan of film, and a fan of books, and a fan of writing, and a fan of comic books, and these two characters in particular, this was a fantastic movie. I highly suggest everybody who can go see it. Definitely run out and check it out for yourself. You're going to enjoy it. As far as anticipation goes for seeing a movie this particular summer, outside of the Avengers, this is the one I was looking forward to the most. But when it came to the Avengers, and it hit the movie theater, and the movie started, and then the movie ended, everything about the Avengers that I wanted to see and I wanted to happen, it all pretty much happened and unfolded in a way that is fairly predictable. It's still a great film with awesome special effects and a fantastic cast, but there wasn't anything so over the top and surprising about it that made me go, wow, this particular movie, even as much that I knew about it going into it, that was still able to surprise me and keep me on the edge of my seat for 3 hours, that I have to say is pretty fantastic. So just in that, as an overall film, I would have to say that Dark Knight Rises is a better movie, in my opinion, that came out this summer, and the Avengers runs a very, very, very close second. But I could just be a little bit biased because Batman is my favorite comic book character of all time. So, I saw it on the same day as the Aurora shootings happened here in town. So, my heart and thoughts still go out to the family and friends of the victims. That's my review for The Dark Knight Rises. I didn't put too much spoilers in there, so I hope you guys don't get mad. Go check it out for yourself. It's definitely worth it. Peace out, interwebs. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll catch you guys next time.